Don't change that channel. What channel? Not television. Beef, wine, and shenanigans, ladies and gentlemen. I am Stephen Van Patten. Joining me as always, Mark Abbott, Kirk Johnson, and of course, the vivacious Denise Tapscott. People, I gotta tell you, it's been a week, and it's been the kind of week that has made me question a couple of things. Like just bandwidth. Now, what we have on this show is four people who very much into horror movies, science fiction, and all nerdgasms in between.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, especially with the 80 streaming services that people have, various friends releasing a book every 2 weeks, and so many other things going on, including the stuff that we individually do to help the other three people on the show. Something came up lately. It's kind of just like, how do you make time to do all this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you have to tell people, you know what, I just don't have the bandwidth right now. And it almost sounds like a cop out sometimes, right? Because it's like, what do you mean? This is your shit. This is what you do, and so on. But there's just so much media. There's just so much stuff, and in life be lifing,
Yeah.
Everybody's still got a job that they have
Thank
to
God.
show up for and kind of be snappy.
Mm-hmm.
And and then there's family stuff,
Yeah.
So the struggle to the struggle to get it all done, and obviously people have varied other degrees of shit happening, especially if you're, I don't know, if you're a single mom or anything like that. But if I'd say if you have more than 3 very specific goals in your life and you're really being serious about those goals, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And as we do this podcast, we make a point of, I want to say, being on top of certain things, whether it's politics, whether it's celebrity gossip, whether it's, just horror movies and literature. The thing is, it's like making the time to do these things, and then and it's funny because then there's always something that you missed, no matter how much time you dedicate to being on top of these things, or just knowing the newest latest on Netflix, and stuff like that. And I bring that up because Mark Abbott's already upset at me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And she tripping, man. I don't know that about it.
because I watched Terminator Zero from top to bottom.
Well, dang.
And
wait, there's a Terminator
Zero. It's that's what Mark was saying before we hit record. Yeah, and it was actually pretty good. It was interesting.
Okay, is it a movie or a TV show?
It's an anime. It's a series.
It's a series. Oh, boy.
Okay, like Castlevania. Like Castlevania.
Kind of, yeah, kind of in that same vein. Kind of in that same vein. Instead of, no vampires and werewolves, just.
And it's Terminator?
It's part of the Terminator mythos. Yes. It fits.
Is Sarah Connor?
No Sarah Connor. No, nothing like that. I'll explain.
I'm sorry. 1,000 questions.
Wait, why'd you do it like that?
Because questions are currency in Denise's
like,
world.
Okay, like Denise is at a strip club and you're a main event.
Coming to the main stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Coming to the main stage. The man with the answers.
The beige
DJ
rage.
Bloodlust. Right?
No, that's
Bloodlust.
if I'm DJing. If I'm stripping, it's beige rage. So,
beige rage. Okay.
The beige rage.
The beige rage. Thank you.
Fucking Mark. He's like, I can't.
Beige rage.
Beige rage.
That sounds like a DC villain.
Yeah. We have to work on your stripper name, man.
Like the Eternals, and the
You don't like Beige Rage? Come on.
Beige rage. I mean, it's a fine name, but like on the sexy scale,
You are so demure, Denise. You are so.
it's so
you're
demure.
so proper, so demure.
Not really.
Anyway.
So
Black Lightning versus the Beige Rage.
Yes.
just wait what I can do with this pole, Black Lightning.
Oh my stars.
They definitely didn't have the budget for this when it was on WPIX, right?
Oh
When they had
hell
on
no.
Pix.
Oh hell no.
Next on Tubi.
Oh shit. Next on
Oh, next on Tubi.
a Tubi original.
Right.
Right. All right. So you were telling us about Terminator.
Terminator Zero.
How many
It's
episodes?
it's set in Japan.
Oh.
It's like 8, but they're short. It's set in Japan, and it's basically seems to be happening at the same time Terminator 2 Judgment Day is happening.
Okay.
So there's no reference to it, but the way you're kind of being given the information in the story will lead you to believe Skynet has just launched.
Okay.
And this other scientist is trying to come up with this other system that will counteract Skynet. The only problem is as he's getting ready to launch that system, Kokoro is debating whether or not she should actually help.
Okay.
Because, as she says, Skynet's right. Humans are fucked up.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't say it quite like that, but
no, but
you get the gist.
Okay.
Voiced by Rosario Dawson, no less.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
I was like, I recognize that voice. And then, you know how Netflix doesn't let you watch the credits and whatever. It's like,
right.
It's like you got to be like Billy the Kid fast in order to like stop that. And like, so I failed to do that 7 times, and then the 8th time, oh, that's why I know the voice. It's Rosario Dawson.
Oh wow!
But it was pretty good. You got scientists, you got his kids. You've got a time traveling warrior, and you have a Terminator also after this Malcolm person. The Terminator, voiced by Timothy Oliphant.
Oh wow!
Okay.
And had a little more personality than what I'm used to in terms of a T-100. I want to say, yeah, a little more. Little not. I mean, it wasn't crazy, but it was he was definitely more talkative and more nuanced than you might expect.
Nice.
But it was a fun ride. It was a fun little watch. You know, I enjoyed it. I think you guys will too.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So it literally had just landed, and I think, and then I think I watched it right after I had binged. It's only 4 episodes of this. Worst X ever. And no, I didn't watch it just because I was making sure I wasn't in it.
Wait, am I in it?
No.
Okay.
No, these guys.
No, you have to actually date to be on that show.
Oh, Oh!
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
I didn't say. I'm just
Wow.
That requires some mega tears.
Yeah, that's
Shots fired.
Oh,
Bang
right.
bang.
Well played, Tywin.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness. I'm gonna
Well
have
played,
to
Tywin. Well
I'm gonna have to
played.
refill. off of that.
I have no idea where that came from. No idea. But
I drink and I know things.
mhm.
All right.
Oh wow.
I got you.
Cold blooded.
I got you,
That's what
Vagar.
Mark Abbott is.
Cold blooded.
Oh my god. But anyway, so I already told Kirk and Mark about the worst episode.
Oof.
But for Denise and the rest of you,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna tell you, the second episode in that series, I was not ready.
Oof.
I was not ready, and I'm pretty much ready for anything, but I was not
Is
ready
this
for
fiction or is this like a
this.
documentary? kind
No,
of
this
thing?
is true crime shit.
True crimes.
And it's all happened.
Oh, see.
And it's
Mhm.
all happened.
True
Mm.
crime. True crime.
So, real quick,
Wow. Okay.
woman, very
Mhm.
well established, worked on Wall Street, got her coin together, opened up a Golden Crust out here in Brooklyn. If you're not familiar with Golden Crust, it's a Caribbean food franchise,
Oh.
very respected. I mean, depending on which Golden Crust you would go to, there'd be, levels of, levels of how good food was.
Okay. But it's like Caribbean.
But yes. And
Mhm.
got herself a Golden Crust happening and doing her thing, meets this guy, and he's all slick, and he kind of tells her he's a cop. First of all, that turns out to be a lie. He's actually
Oh no.
a fancy nightclub security motherfucker.
Oh no.
But he had cop clothes and always had a gun. Always had the gun. That's nice.
Mm.
And stuff like that. All right. So one day, poor lady gets a phone call from this man's wife,
Ouch.
who then begins to explain, yes, he's kind of living between several different places, but he is still married to me and we have 2 kids.
Wow.
She breaks up with him.
Okay.
She breaks up with him, and then one day he gets mad, breaks into her place, and sexually assaults her.
Oh no.
She tries to take it to trial.
Mm-hmm.
And while they are waiting for this, he gets 3 of his friends to pretend that they have been held up by her description would be, a short, dark-skinned Indian woman pretending to be a police officer. She is arrested.
Oh no.
She spends 7 months in jail.
Dang.
Because they can't. Part of it is just pure malfeasance on the part of Nassau County Police Department.
Oh.
And the situation just gets a lot worse before it gets better.
Ooh.
Finally, people start talking. They let her go. But by this time, she's lost the restaurant. She's lost because she's been in jail for 7 fucking months.
Yeah.
She settles out of court for $2 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even though she didn't do anything wrong.
She did nothing. Nothing. Even had an alibi for one of the nights of the robbery.
Dang.
She was in Atlantic City with a phone ping and with casino footage. They said the casino footage was too grainy and her phone could have been anywhere. And kept her for 7 months.
Dang. See, this is why I stay home. I'm good. I'm good.
That's why I don't date. That's real shitty.
No.
That's a shitty.
No. Oh my God.
As I told Stephen, The only way I would have taken that money is if you added into that the cop's pension and his badge.
Mhm.
I don't want the 2 million unless that's going along with it. He needs to be fired. They need to be fired, not given an opportunity to resign. Fired.
Yeah.
Fired.
Was there a detective on the case? Then that
course there
that
was.
also probably should go too, right?
Yeah.
Well,
There
the
was a detective
detective,
assigned to.
whoever it was that was assigned the case and botched it, needs to lose their job, and they need to lose their, most importantly, their pension. You should
Yeah.
not be allowed to then go off into the sunset bitter, but still be getting a chunk of money every month while you sit on your yacht in Florida,
Ooh,
chilling.
that's crazy.
The thing I'll add to that though is Mark is touching on something that is actually, not only is it like a valid point, it speaks to something that happens all the time, in the sense that police fuck up all the time. And sometimes they fuck up in a way that it really, really, like, it destroys lives. If it doesn't end the life, then like in the case with this woman, you're in jail for 7 months and you lose everything, and your family's traumatized, and your child's wondering where, what's happening with you, and and all this other stuff. And yet, to Mark's point, goes back to business as usual. Even if, and the thing is, even if somebody does get fired, chances are, like if a Brooklyn cop hurt somebody to the point, and it was 100% put it in the books, kick him off the force, more than likely that same person will end up either doing private security somewhere.
Yeah.
And you picked the wrong office building. He's making more money than he was as a cop. Probably making more money than either of the four of us.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they go to another police force.
And sometimes they go to another police force. And I'm sure, just from random stuff I've read over the years, now imagine Mississippi. You do some shit in Mississippi. First of all, if you even see some shit, even if you see some court time, and the case isn't immediately dismissed by Judge Buford D. Watkins or whatever the fuck, even if that happens, then what? Just drive on over to Tennessee and get a new job. More than likely. Yeah. So Mark brings up a good point. And it also opens up, the look at, all of these cases where it's like these families, they lose this loved one, they get millions of dollars, but then they also got shut up about it.
Right. Now they're not supposed to talk about it. No media coverage. Everything goes dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can't be at the protests, and they can't be standing up there with Reverend Al or somebody talking about some shit after the fact.
Yeah.
And it's and that of course reaches into the whole fact of how disposable we've all become in general. When you think about it, it's just kind of like, yeah, this is fucked up. And then again, you got black folks talking about they gonna vote for Trump, even though he's up here talking about full immunity for police across the country. Like, are you fucking bugging?
I mean, I don't know what you need immunity for, because they don't, many of them don't get reprimanded anyway. I mean,
right.
I mean, the Derek, the whole thing with the case with the knee on the neck, they had no choice, I kind of feel like.
Right.
Particularly during that particular time, they just really didn't have a choice. It was, we gotta fight, like, we gotta take you to trial. you're gonna lose your job. We can't avoid this.
Well, the
But I
George
mean,
Floyd thing, yeah.
yeah, I mean, but there's so many other cases where
Yeah, like it makes me think like
cop
way back, even to like Rodney King. We had
came.
all
Oh,
those police officers beating on Rodney King, and only one was kind of held accounted for. Like, what about all the other
yeah,
ones that we all
uh-huh.
saw on national TV?
That's
Nothing. You got crickets. Where are they now?
so,
Like it just.
I mean, go back to the Central Park Five. Those detectives
Hmm.
have never been. Those are the one detective that that is or was
Nothing.
still alive
Hmm.
to this
Hmm.
day maintains that he did his job correctly,
Oof.
and those boys are guilty, despite what
Wow.
he doesn't care what the science says, which
Hmm.
I could only imagine. I could just imagine the nightmare that would have been if we had DNA during the 80s. There'd have been
Hmm.
a lot of people that would have not seen the inside of a jail because they would have
Hmm.
been,
They would have
I don't
found a
even
way.
know what they would have been. Well, they would have
They would
had
have found a
to
way.
have
They would have
somebody
found
on
a
the
way.
inside
Yeah.
losing those tests
Yeah.
because
Well, yeah, they said that they're backlogged and all that. So that's
they
not.
would have found a ton of corruption in this city. So it would have
Yeah,
a lot of cover-ups, but
blood gurus.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that I mean,
that's crazy.
that's just my I'm not saying, you know, everybody makes a mistake on the job. I'm not saying that every cop that's made a mistake needs to lose his job and his badge and his pension. But I mean,
Hmm.
when you get to the point where you seriously, you know, you fire blindly through a door and kill someone, and you're on video doing all the wrong stuff, yet
Hmm.
you still get an opportunity to keep your job, or the city pays out to a family, yet and still the loved one is gone,
Hmm.
they paid out, and you're either still on the force, or they give you desk duty until you reach the retirement point, then they let you resign and you walk away full pension, maybe a markup in your file, but what does that matter if you
If
retired
you're
or
retiring, yeah.
you resign? That's not
Hmm.
that, you know, that's
Yeah.
to me, that's when it's blatant like that, you shouldn't be able to walk away and still have your life.
Hmm.
And I mean, as I said to Stephen, the only time people seem to be when it really matters is when you hit them in the pocket.
Yeah,
You hit
that's
them in
true.
the pocket, all of a sudden everybody cares. They don't
Hmm.
care unless I wonder what that would sound like if it's, because you often hear that, please, we're being railroaded and this, that, the other thing. But imagine if somebody was like, yeah, not only do you lose your badge and your job, but you're going to lose your pension as well.
Yeah.
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 There would, something tells me quite a few precincts around the country would kind of clean up their act. I'm not saying they all would,
Hmm.
but some of them would be that's probably why they don't, well, not probably, that's why they don't want a national.
Right. Like a lot of this stuff going on is not
Yeah,
nationalized anymore.
it's
But
not,
Yeah.
there's a lot of this going on too.
but just imagine if the police had what the Department of Education has with the government. That's why they don't want federal oversight. You give federal oversight, you pass that as the law of the land, that if you get caught doing anything out of your X, Y, and Z, that's it. I mean, you got to fight the union on that. That's one thing, because the
Hmm.
unions are going to protect their own. They're not going to let you, go down swinging alone. But
Mm.
you can't do anything like that across the country, because that would already when the police are reprimanded, the first thing they claim is that the city's preventing us from doing our job.
Yeah.
But this is after the fact. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not that we're preventing you we want you to do the job right.
Yeah.
That's all people ask
Yeah.
for,
Do the
and
right
if you
thing.
can
Yeah.
just do the job correctly, do it by the book. Yes, I understand, it's like teaching. Nobody walks out into the street. There has never been a time where, as an officer, you walk out into the street and everything is just like, oh, this is exactly like my training. You can
Yeah.
be trained to, and I mean, that's almost any job. You could be
Hmm.
trained to do anything, but until the moment comes up, I'm sure Steven learned how to be a stage manager, but nobody told him what to do when the guest is 3 sheets to the wind.
Mhm.
And comes walking out, it's like, Steven, I'm ready to go on air. And it's like,
You ain't.
excuse
Oh,
me.
you
I
ain't.
mean, no, I mean, Denise has all the training in the world, but what happens when somebody actually does step out of that coffin and starts walking
Exactly.
around the tarmac?
Right,
He's not
right.
trained for that.
No, but they're gonna get their ass beat. I've seen it. Yeah,
I mean,
we have to secure the airfield at all costs. I don't care if you have fangs.
you know,
Just saying.
so, I mean,
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
right though.
there it is.
Yeah.
I know Kurt, he's been trained to do all of his job, but I'm pretty sure nobody told him, you know, Kirk, when those lights go out, you got to go downstairs to the main box and change it. No, I don't.
With a flashlight.
Kirk could be the first one to be like, that is not in my union contract.
Right.
Section
not my
3,
purview.
Article 2, verse 5. No. It's just,
No.
They sure hell
Yeah.
didn't. But no,
Nah.
I don't know, man. It's just this need an overhaul on the whole institution. Institution just needs to be overhauled.
yeah.
And it's and oh, you remember you heard about that symposium they had, like police training thing? Motherfuckers all over the country went to it, like it was all Vegas. All the motherfuckers who attended that shit need to be fired.
Uh-oh.
The way that symposium went, and I heard clips of it.
Oh no.
Is that
All
you
them
talking
need
about
to
the
be
thing?
fired.
There was a thing John Oliver covered a
Yes.
couple of years ago. You talking about okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any cop who ever went to any of those trainings, they need to be let go. Because they literally taught you how to be a stormtrooper.
Oh.
There. That's some that it literally looked like some, you know, Children of Men, Elysium type shit right there.
Oh no.
Like vendetta shit.
No,
Dang.
I don't remember it entirely, but I do remember like some bits where it's like it was literally like shoot to kill, doesn't
Oof.
matter, always go center mass, you know, it was
Dang.
that kind of verbiage, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Not how to police, how to kill with a sword. With a sword.
Really, yes.
No.
Yes, that was really what that was all about.
I like those clips you see on TikTok where like some Karen calls the police because the kids are too loud, and then like the police officers show up and they play basketball with the kids. I like those stories of the police officers. Can we have more of those? That they're doing their job and they're like actually trying to be a part of the community, not the ones that are like murdering everyone. Where are the good? Can we highlight the good guys? Because we know there are good guys out there.
Sister, I'm
Yes,
so
my
hurt.
brother.
I'm so hurt. I don't know if I can even laugh at that shit anymore. Like they'll be playing basketball and I'm looking at them like, yeah, y'all niggas probably pulled somebody over and shit and had your way with them and shit and gave them tickets and
Oh no, I think they're. I just think there's got to be a percentage of good guys. They're not all bad guys.
I like the one.
More of
that. Yeah.
There was one where the cop pulled somebody over because his wife was pregnant, and they were part of the whole thing. And he was like, "You're driving around without a child seat," and the guy's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "You don't have a child seat in your car." And he goes, "But I don't have a kid." He goes, "You don't have a child seat," and the wife is holding up the pregnancy test to show him that she's pregnant. And he turns around, he goes, "But I don't have a," and he looks at the thing and he goes,
"Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh,
those are nice.
Those are nice.
We to Denise's point. And then
man, that's that nigga who saw what happened with that black kid and he ain't say nothing. Yeah, he was that way.
There's gotta be a game. There's gotta be a game show for you, Kurt, when we do that. It's like Debbie,
yeah. I'll do that next week. So
Debbie,
what it'll
Debbie
be,
Downer.
So yes,
we'll present a positive story.
Okay.
And then
Kirk
and we
made me
each
laugh.
have to do one. We each have to do one. And then Kirk
Okay.
shits on it. That's basically that's basically
Down spiral with Kurt.
right.
Shit. I'll have a bottle with me. I'll have like a bottle with me and shit. I was like, man, I bet you that motherfucker left them kids in the burning building, ain't say shit to nobody for 50 years.
Jesus.
And now he want to play basketball with the neighborhood. Man, fuck you.
Oh my God.
That was an actual story too. And that was another story too.
Oh no.
And maybe what it is like the one time we can actually stump him,
Mm-hmm.
Get a point?
then one of us gets, I don't know, a prize or some shit like
Yay.
Right.
that. I other than, but I mean, obviously I don't see a lot of that happening, but
Well, I'm up for the challenge.
There you go. There you go.
yeah.
Definitely.
So next week
Yeah.
we'll each go come up with a human interest story. Those of you listening on Facebook or whatever, if you've got something that you think might do the trick here, let's once again, let's understand the parameters of the game. So we're gonna tell Kirk these positive, beautiful stories with puppies and rainbows and kittens and whatever the fuck else.
Yes.
And Kirk is more than likely going to rip the story to shreds, as you have already kind of heard, and throw in all kinds of, man, that motherfucker, first of all, he's probably on crack, or whatever Kirk's gonna do.
Whatever he's gonna do.
Yeah, let him do it. And then, I don't know, maybe if we come up between...
And you see how old that lady is, man? She was probably there when they were trying to keep Rosie Ridge out of high school.
Exactly. So,
Fuck him.
but we're gonna try to come up with something that he can't do anything to, and we'll see what happens. I think it'd be an interesting exercise.
All I have to do is read archives now. All I have to do is read historical archives from the police department.
Well, that's what we're all going to be doing in order to come up with something that
you're gonna have to.
With pleasure, sir.
Turn on TikTok.
With pleasure.
I just turn on TikTok.
I would turn on TikTok too.
All right, go ahead. You'll see how
I think Denise is the one in charge of our account, so that's that's something right there. You gonna get on TikTok and Denise gonna be up there waiting for you. You shall not pass.
Don't niggas act like I can't make a new TikTok. I can't make a TikTok account.
No, just be dueling accounts. That's all.
Ding, 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 ding,
ding, ding.
I think we do that already. I think we do that already.
We do.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think we do already.
And fun fact, listeners, Denise is our meme queen on top of everything else. She is. She sends the goofs. She sends the gags.
I do. I'm the one that sends like 10 memes like at 3:00 in the morning.
That's right.
Like, pew, 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 pew.
Yes.
She sends the goofs. She sends the gags, and they don't come with packages or bags. So,
what was that one I showed you all the day about the Denise? I showed him. I gotta find it because while y'all keep moving forward, I'll find it and I'll tell you exactly what it was, because it had to do with, it was called, there it is. It's called anatidaeophobia. Anatidaeophobia. The fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you.
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
Duckula.
That's right. That's got to be the most obscure, crazy thing I have heard in a while.
So random.
Duck Ferratu.
Somebody was like, I want to meet someone with this phobia.
Yes.
Yeah. Or wait, you want to meet somebody with the phobia with a squeaky duck around?
Yeah, right.
Right. And leave like a bunch of rubber ducks in all like different places.
That's horrible.
That's just mean. That's just mean.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Well,
I have a segue question.
segue question.
Segue question.
About actual segways or no?
How much balance do you actually need?
What's the weight capacity on those motherfuckers? Anyway,
How
I'm
fast
Wow.
do they go?
While I ponder that,
Hmm.
somebody, in the immortal words of myself,
Oh,
I like that. In the immortal words of
immortal words of
myself.
myself,
I like that.
what the hell did I just watch?
Oh shit! I already know what
Longlegs.
you're talking about.
Oh, long
Oh,
Somebody, one of you three gotta have this.
It
Because I sat there, that was one of those movies, it ended, and I was like,
what just happened?
Did you give us spoilers?
I don't think we should give spoilers for this.
no,
Oh,
not
Okay.
for
Really
this.
Okay.
I really
Okay.
don't.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
They got Mark shook though.
Me too.
no, because it,
Wow.
it
Me too.
they're in the history of they're only, and don't you say Dylon, there are only 5 horror films that ever left me that's ever left me shook. Okay.
Oh, this is a good list. I love
shook?
this. I want to.
Yes,
I want
that
to hear
that
this
left
list.
me like I wasn't
Yeah.
right. Event Horizon,
Mhm.
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, yeah.
When I first saw it, before the hype was no longer the hype, the Blair Witch Project left me sort of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Let me see that Rosemary's Baby. I know there was an
Was it The Sixth Sense?
The Wicker Man.
Oh,
The original?
The original Wicker
The
Man.
original, yeah.
with
I
Christopher
haven't
Lee.
seen that one. Christopher Lee. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was rough.
That was one of those like,
That was kind of rough.
and the very first time I saw it, although over the years I finally figured it out, Angel Heart.
Okay.
Oh.
That one left me like, wait,
What does it mean?
so and that's one of those where I walked away and I was on the way home on the bus and was like, oh my God, that's what happened to him. And I'm like, and now I'm by myself and I can't explain it to nobody.
Right.
Like,
Right.
So
Wow.
yeah, that I was like, huh,
Okay. All right.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long Legs is fucked up.
Yeah. I do
Gotta
want to
put that
see
on
it
the list.
again. Yeah, I enjoyed that ride. I'm gonna be big as possible. Yeah.
Is
It
it
was
playing-
better than I expected it to be.
Is it streaming? No, I don't know.
Possibly.
It not for free.
It's not
I
for-
watched
okay.
it on it's on Amazon.
Yeah, I paid what
I
I
paid like 19
$20
bucks to watch it
something like that.
because I didn't know whether I was going to get to the theater to see it, and it's a very surreal story.
Yeah.
It's very.
I thought the main actress did a really good job.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
I
good
know
job.
that.
Well, the whole thing was just creepy, very atmospheric.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Which I appreciated. Yeah.
And it was good to see Blair Underwood working again.
Dude.
Yes.
Really? Blair Underwood is in this? Holy
Blair
yes.
shit.
Underwood. There's black people.
Yeah.
There's
There are black people in
There's
it.
black people in it,
Yes.
Kurt.
All right, Blair Underwood does not constitute black people. He's one black guy.
Hey,
He's one black
well,
guy. He's one black guy.
Well, there's no
You
spoilers.
gotta
I
count.
can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. No
All
spoilers.
right,
No
I believe,
spoilers.
I believe you. I believe you. I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
It's not a spoiler to say he wasn't the only black person in the movie.
He wasn't the only white person in the movie.
So
All right. right.
There you go. And we're not, and also Kirk, we're not playing the game now. Okay. So the fact that we're trying
I'm
to
like this all the
celebrate
time.
Blair Underwood.
I'm like this all the time. You know how that go, man. Come on.
It's true.
But
If you did it,
really?
I'd be a little worried. A little.
Okay.
Okay, but here you go. Because I watched Furiosa. And there were not many black people in that. And Kirk loved Furiosa.
Yeah, there's no black people at all in that
Yeah,
shit.
you almost made him spill something on
That was good.
beautiful white
That was good.
outfit.
So that's why Furious is so important, because there are no black people in it. And I love that shit.
Oh my God.
And I love that shit.
It was good. It was good.
3 times.
Yeah, it was better than I expected. I did want to see more of like the desert people, like with the guitars and the drums. Like,
Yes.
I wanted more of that. There
I
was
want
not
more.
enough of that. Yeah.
Parasailing. I want to put more parasailing.
Yeah. But with musical instruments.
Parasailing baddies. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Okay, so what are your 5s? Marquette said his 5, the 5 films that got him shook.
Well, like I would agree with Rosemary's Baby.
Mhm.
The Sixth Sense got me really, really good.
Okay.
It's not a spoiler anymore. Like to find out real later, you're like, oh, he was dead the whole time. Yeah. I absolutely love that. I was like,
He
oh,
was?
wow.
No, I'm just- Thanks a lot, Denise.
You're fucked up, Crease.
Whenever I'm on the spot, I can never think of anything. Later, I'll be like, oh, and then there was this one.
That's like
Kiss
me.
you.
That's like me in arguments.
Later, you're like, oh, and I should have said,
I should have.
Yeah. if I only knew. Yeah. I don't know. I did like the twist in the Demeter.
Mhm.
And the black guy was there. Yeah. And he's never mentioned in the books at all. I love that story. Anything else that he really shook? Um, there's that one indie movie, and someone online has said, "Don't watch this movie. It's very disturbing." And I was like, "Oh, that's not gonna disturb me." And to this day, it still bothers me. What is it? It's called. It's the one about the family and the little boy. I know you know the title of it. There's something wrong with the Robinsons or something like that.
Oh
I have
wait,
to Google it.
the father and son thing.
Yeah, that movie.
Johnsons. Someone with
The
the
Johnsons.
Johnsons.
Yeah, that
Wow.
still disturbs me to this day.
Oh
Very much.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And I want to see The Orphan. Now I take that back. I mean, The Orphan was good, and I was like, oh, she was actually an adult and she was little. The Bad Seed, the original, The Bad
Yeah.
Seed.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one. That got me shook because that little girl was evil from start to finish. And that was like in 1956 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Later I'll text you. Oh, and then there was
That's 5? That's 5. That's 5.
I think it's
What you got, Kurt?
I was thinking about this. When you say shook,
Like, it'll be a while before you want to sit down and watch it again.
okay.
It left an impression on you.
Okay. The Other from 1970s is like 2 twins, but one of them is actually a ghost. But you're not sure. You're not sure that you're not really sure they're a ghost yet. And you're not sure which one is.
Oh,
Bad twin and good twin. The Other. And that was actually really good.
That sounds good.
All right. Of course, Event Horizon is another one that really put me in.
That's a good pick, regardless.
Mandy with Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
And that shook me because
Mm.
it was like I loved it so much, and then I have to think that I need to talk to a therapist, I think, at this point now, because I really enjoyed this fucking thing.
Right.
Like just
Ooh.
it was so The Devil's Rejects.
Oh.
All right.
Devil's
Okay.
Rejects.
Mm.
Because I had to look at myself in the mirror after I laughed at the when he cut the lady's face off and put it on the other woman, and then she ran out into the street and got hit by the truck. And I laughed so hard that I paused it and went to the bathroom to look at myself in the mirror.
Oh gosh.
Did I just laugh at that? That was horrific. Why did I find out? Oh my God.
That was your coping mechanism.
That's true. Coping mechanism.
That was so horrifying. That was Rejects. There's another one I was thinking of. Salem's, not Salem's Lot, but The Witches of Salem. Another Rob Zombie.
The Rob Zombie.
Yeah, and it's because and it was a bad movie. It's not a great movie. Lords of Salem. Yeah, it was not a great movie, but it just the imagery that he uses in juxtaposition to other scenes and stories. It was just
that's interesting.
Fuck you.
So Rob Zombie got you twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he did. I like his imagery. I like what he does with atmosphere and imagery and adding shit to it. And I guess the other one. Where's that 5? There's one more.
I lost count.
There's another one was.
I want to say the original Poltergeist also got me.
The original Poltergeist, right? No,
yeah.
That makes sense.
Wow.
That's pretty rough.
That really threw me in.
It was the scariest PG-13 movie I ever saw, especially at that age.
Shit.
And there's a cemetery kind of close to my parents' house. It's like up the hill. Yeah.
I can't think of there's another one too, and I had thought about it, and now it just fell out of my head. But no, that's what it was. Angel Heart. Angel Heart, because just because of the setting, the different meal. It's a noir. It's literally noir. And all that shit was going on. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Wow. It took me a while to figure that part out too.
Right.
You ate a heart and then changed your shit. Oh my God.
Jump by to hide from the devil. I'm like,
damn.
He was like, we gonna find you. Hide your kids, hide your wife. We gonna find you.
Bobby, I want to have it going.
No doubt.
What you got, Steven?
Well, I guess Event Horizon all around the board, right? Okay. Let's just start there. Get that out of the way. Green Inferno. Bothered me quite a bit.
Thank God you didn't see the original.
And I'm not a fan of any of these fucking things. I mean, I like them for being horror movies, but it's a little too close to home when you're talking about inviting people somewhere and then you do fucked up shit to them and whatever. So Green Inferno definitely was like, wow, dude, because as someone who has traveled extensively for work, it's like, whoa, it's a bit. One of Mark's favorites, Galaxy of Terror.
So that the other day. That was some weird shit, man. That was some weird shit, man.
That's my own fault. I should have never watched that thing.
Wow.
Yeah, that got you sitting on the toilet just looking into space. The fuck I just watched.
Oh no.
Galaxy of Terror is pretty fucked up. What's that? 3? Well, The Exorcist, not for nothing.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I mean, seriously.
True.
And just for the really, really fucked up ending, I'm gonna say The Mist.
Oh, that was that ending was depressing. I was like,
fuck.
Call me a downer. Shit. I would never shoot y'all motherfuckers. I'd just be like, I'm just going out the car. I'm gonna walk because I ain't got no place to go. So, I ain't shooting y'all. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
You know,
We're just out of gas, nigga. We don't have to shoot each other. That shit ain't the worst part about life.
My stars.
I will throw one to the fire as an honorary mention if you've never seen it. Humanoids of the Deep.
Oh fuck.
Humanoids of the Deep.
I forgot about that.
That's a Roger Corman film.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's the last 10 minutes of it. It's just like, why? This we did not need this in our lives. And then the end is even like, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
I'm like, you got past the ratings board with this?
Oof. Oh gosh. I want to throw in The Omen, the original. That really bothered me, especially when you would look at like the person's picture and you saw how they died, and I was like, what? Yes. I was really paranoid about pictures if they didn't come out properly. You're shaking it like, oh, sleepy, okay.
Right.
I'm not going to be decapitated.
I remember seeing that picture. I'm like, why you got a jagged line across his neck like that? That shit is so jagged. I thought it'd be like straight but yeah, he got a bad one. He caught a bad one.
Yeah.
And then they had to shoot that from 4 angles because it wasn't enough just to cut the door. It's like, wow.
Right.
Wow. Wow. I'm like, I think we got
traumatized
it the
yet?
first time.
Like, yeah.
Right.
We got it.
You're not traumatized yet? I got 4 cameras on there.
I got 4 cameras.
It's all for you, Damien. Oh God.
Like, this is the remix.
Give me that beep.
Yeah.
All right. We don't need any more of
yeah.
Yeah, I think we all have those horror films that you walked away from like, I'm not sure if I actually needed this in my life.
Yeah.
But here it is. So no one saw anyway.
No one here saw Human Centipede then.
No.
I didn't. No. I'm sorry. I got.
When someone tells me not to watch it, I learned my lesson.
We got limitations. Yeah, we all got them limitations there.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's like, honestly, I dislike people, but not to that extent.
Not to that. Like, that didn't even make. Like, my thing was, I made it all the way up to the part where they knocked the girl's teeth out, and I was like, that's it. Click. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I can't.
You started it.
This. I start because you
did better than me.
It was one of those. It was one of those just pull the Band-Aid off type of suggestions to me. There was like, once you get past, you'll be fine. And I was like, no. You know what? I don't even need this. And the fact that they made 3 of those.
They made 3 of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
They got longer. With more people. The last one, they did it in a prison. They like took all the prisoners and I was like,
I heard about that one.
No,
I was like,
I'm
that's no. I'm all right.
No. Like I stopped watching all the Saw movies because it's like, how else are you gonna torture people? Where's the plot again? Yeah. The first one was great.
Yeah.
After that,
The Strangers was another one.
Oh.
Strangers.
The one about the couple that gets terrorized by the people in the plastic masks.
That sounds familiar.
I want to say was Liv Tyler in it. Was one of, but there's this one shot of her in the kitchen, and the guy is standing in the doorway of the living room, but there's no sound. Like they didn't put any atmospheric music or anything in there. He just camera does this one pan and he's just there.
Right.
And I was like, the home invasion is always nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that could actually happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do y'all remember it came out maybe pretty recent? And it's an Asian zombie movie, but It's more like an infection movie, not Train to Busan. And I don't know, and I think it's not particularly Korean, but it's kind of like where everybody gets.
Is it the one where there's
yeah, like the world's getting infected with, and it's kind of like with the rage virus. And
I
people
think
are
I know
doing
what you're
like
talking about.
horrifying, disgusting things to each other on
Yeah,
trains. And
yeah. No.
you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
It was on Shudder,
Yes.
and all I know is this: anytime I look at a movie and I see the word depraved
Yes.
in the review, I'm like, no, I'm not watching this, because that means somebody with a very sixth sense was deciding they want to put something on film that I don't need to have stick with me.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the movie?
I don't.
It was.
But
I saw clips of it, and it's. Yo,
I saw.
When I tell you,
ultra violent,
disturbing.
It was like,
yes.
There was no reason for this level of like, unless
There's
somebody was
no
like,
reason for this.
See, yeah, you guys are gonna make me like watch The Simpsons to get this out. Ugh.
Yeah,
I'm
right behind you. I'm right behind you.
Go-to thing. Yeah, I'm gonna watch The Simpsons or I'm gonna watch Dark Shadows.
Well,
something.
Here's the question. I guess Denise already answered for her. Here's another roundabout we could do. You've seen something that took you where you don't want to be.
Okay.
And now you got a detox. What's a movie you would use as a detox? Probably a comedy, maybe some romantic thing. I don't know. But Mark, you start us off with that.
What would I have to watch to get to detox? Oddly enough, very particular episodes of Tom and Jerry.
Nice. Nice.
All right.
I need very particular ones.
Nice.
Not the one with Frog on the Court and he did right.
No.
And
there's one where Tom,
because that's my favorite,
was chasing Jerry on a cruise ship, and Jerry went into the stairwell and he chucked the stick of dynamite down there, and he closed the door. And he didn't hear anything, so he opens the door, and Jerry's on the side of the door like this and kicks him down the stairs. And the door closes, and it starts rattling, and Tom is like, and it blows up, and the door just opens up, and he's got like, all the fur is gone. He's got on like boxer shorts.
I know that one. Yes, I do know that one. Yes.
With a tank top and a black eye.
Yes, I remember that one. He had a black eye. Like, where'd you get the black eye from? Black eye from? I do remember that one. Oh, that's a good one.
Denise, what you were saying?
I said The Simpsons and Dark Shadows, but as far as movies go, hands down, I'd watch Clue with Tim Curry. I love that movie. It's hilarious and the writing is great. Yeah. Love that movie.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
I quote it all the time. Let us in, let us in, let us out, let us out.
Now I gotta watch that again.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Flames to eat the birdie, the flames. Yeah. I love Clue.
Okay. So it's 3 of them.
3. Okay.
Depending on how
fucked up you are.
How dark you got.
Yeah. And that's usually most of the time. Tex Avery when the singing Figaro, and the guys on dogs on stage.
Oh, with the magician changing it into shit.
And the uncut one.
That's a classic.
And the uncut one where he squirts the ink pen at the guy, and he got him blackface, and he's like, "Oh, la, la, do," and he starts singing like Al Jolson, and then he drops the anvil on his head, and he goes short, and he starts singing, "Well, when I love you, and I do," and man, I'm done.
Tex Avery.
Tex Avery.
Okay.
The Three Musketeers, Richard Lester's Three Musketeers, with Michael York.
Oh,
because that's like fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Dig it in the crates.
Yeah. 1974, Three Musketeers. Man. And then when I really want to cleanse the palate, it's just Conan the Barbarian, 1982.
Of course it is.
Because you have to know he has to tell you a story of Days of High Adventure.
I need the Days of High Adventure.
The Days of High Adventure.
I got a couple of things, but I'm only gonna hit you guys with one.
Okay.
Because if I go to this movie, I clearly need to be cheered the fuck up.
Okay.
And this movie does it for me.
Okay.
Steve Martin, Lily Tomlin, all of me.
All of me.
All
That
of
is a
me.
great film.
Oh,
That is a great film.
wow.
When she slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Because she was explaining, so for those of you out there that never saw All of Me, and shame on you. So basically, All of Me is cast Steve Martin as a lawyer who's assigned to this woman's estate because she thinks she's dying. The woman being Lily Tomlin. When he gets to her mansion, he finds out that her plan is to transfer her soul into this young, blonde, stable master's daughter. And as he lets the people in the room explain all of this to her, or to him, Steve Martin finally responds by saying, "This is bananas," which is actually probably where I got in the habit of saying "this is bananas." But
Bananas.
so, and she plays him. She's like needs oxygen, so she has a little oxygen thing. So she's just like, "Come closer, come closer, come closer." He finally leans in, and she's like, "Ow, that's for bananas." And the first time I saw that, I swear to God, I thought I had internal bleeding. I was laughing so much. And the rest of the movie, it just kind of unfolds from there. So what ends up happening is the Praka, the guy that's responsible for the soul transference, they all kind of fuck up somehow. And then Lily Tomlin ends up in Steve Martin.
Oh,
So
right.
it's the
Yes.
two of them battling for control over the body and just giving each other the business. And it's hysterical. Oh, that for me, that movie will never stop being funny.
Right.
Nice.
And that would be my ultimate palate cleanser from, when I'm feeling low. But anyway, we're not feeling low. Because we're beef, wine, and shenanigans. And
don't you believe it?
yeah, then there's that. So anyway, but before I go, I just a little we should do some RIPs. First of all, we lost Fat Man Scoop. Very sad, very big blow for hip hop in general. I lost a cousin, so shout out to the Walton and Lauderdales in Patterson, New Jersey. Reverend Donnie, you're in a better place. And that's our show. Not to end on a completely sad note, because you know what? Things are crazy, but you still got the four of us. So that's right.
Good.
All right, Dr. Doom.
Right.
I still don't know why that's right. That's right. Don't know why they cast Robert Downey Jr. instead of Kirk, but we'll get to that some other time.
It's Hollywood, you know how Hollywood we go.
Yeah, true story. I don't know, man. Think next episode you should be in an all green outfit with a hood. We're start building the case now.
I have all that.
He'll do
I
it.
literally have all that. I got the cowl, the hood.
Of course you do.
Nice.
All I need is an MF Doom mask, and I'm good.
Nice.
Good stuff. All right. That's our show this time. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for, being the fabulous people that you are. Hey, don't forget, you guys have homework. Come up with some real positive pretty little puppies or something story
Yes.
to help us out here when we play this game next week.
Mm-hmm.
And for Mark, Denise, Kirk, and myself, go wish you a great week. Go wish you a safe week. And going to wish you your best week.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as my computer stops fucking up. Okay, and we're out.